Hey everyone, it's the 12 Days of Misfits. Hey everyone, it's the 12 Days of Misfits. We are another year in. This is season 5 of 12 Days of Misfits. And this year we have a special guest, KFM Broadcasting partner, Rico Lane from Blessedtimony and Sunday Sermon Deep Dive and just KFM in general, because he shows up in random places at random times. He's written a couple of blogs as well, but Rico has, I was going to say willingly, but I'm not actually sure if it really is willingly, has at least agreed in theory to be our guinea pig for 12 Days of Misfits this year. He has kind of studied up on what we do, and I'm not sure if that was helpful or if it made him more nervous or not, but we're going to see. So, welcome in, Rico. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I better read Luke and Matthew just to make sure I'm ready.
Well, we'll see if that was helpful or not, because this year we are going back to the original format. So those of you that have been watching the past 4 years have known Brandon and I in season 1 had 12 passages. Season 2, we had 12 different passages. Season 3, I made Brandon, we tested his music knowledge and we did Christmas carols. Last year for season 4, Tamiko and I tried to do some clip art stuff, which was here or there if it was good or not. This year, though, we're going back and we're looking at passages of scripture again. Okay. Some of these are actually repeats, but based off of analytics, most of you probably have not seen season 1 or 2. Rico has never done this before, so it should produce something still good, interesting, entertaining, all of that. So this year also, we do not have the stocking. So what we're going to do, Rico is going to give me a number between 1 and 12. I have a verse that corresponds with that number, and then I'm going to read it. Rico is going to figure out how it connects. Some of these are very direct, connected to the Christmas story events. Some of these are connected to the idea of Advent. Some of these are connected to the idea of Jesus and Christmas and all of that. So there's a little bit of variety, different levels of difficulty, all that good stuff. If Rico gets it right, we will hear this sound.
Ho, ho, ho.
If Rico gets it wrong, we will hear this sound. And as always, we'll be keeping track of how many points he gets throughout the next 12 days. And see how this goes. So, Rico, I'll let you just jump right in. Give me a number between 1 and 12.
Well, we're going to start with 7. We'll start with 7.
Starting with 7. So this is Jeremiah. Oops. Don't know why that was going on. Something was going on up here. There we go. This is Jeremiah 23. And we're going to be in verses 1 through 8. Once I find the button. There it is. So, Jeremiah 23.
Yeah, I should have bought my actual hard copy Bible because me trying to type it in on my Jeremiah 23. And you said verse 1 through 8?
1 through 8. And in traditional Misfits fashion, we're going to read way more of the passage than actually is related to Christmas, just because, one, context, rest in the story, all that good stuff we do within KFM, but also because it makes it way more fun watching them pick the wrong verse to focus on. So... This is what Jeremiah 23 says. Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. This is the Lord's declaration. Therefore, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says about the shepherds who tend my people. You have scattered my flock, banished them, and have not attended to them. I am about to attend to you because of your evil acts. This is the Lord's declaration. I will gather the remnant of my flock from all the lands where I have banished them, and I will return them to their grazing land. They will become fruitful and numerous. I will raise up shepherds over them who will tend them. They will no longer be afraid or discouraged, nor will any be missing. This is the Lord's declaration. Look, the days are coming. This is the Lord's declaration. When I'll raise up a righteous branch for David, he will reign wisely as king and administer justice and righteousness in the land. In his days, Judah will be saved and Israel will dwell securely. This is the name he will be called. The Lord is our righteousness. Look, the days are coming, the Lord's declaration, when it will no longer be said, as the Lord lives, who brought the Israelites from the land of Egypt, but as the Lord lives, who brought and led the descendants of the house of Israel from the land of the north and from all the other countries where I had banished them. They will dwell once more within their own land. So, Rico, Jeremiah 23, what does this have to do with Christmas?
I feel like because you gave me a little, I don't know if you gave me a clue or a hint or tried to distract me, but you was like, you give me some extra verses here. Because as I'm looking through it, I can probably pull out maybe about
There's a couple of places you can go here. Yeah,
yeah. I'm about to say I can probably go to like 3 places to go Christmas. So I'm gonna try to go with some of one of the obvious ones first, and then so that way I can hopefully at least get a point, and then I'll go to some of the other ones. All right, so and it is difficult because I got a different translation here, but let me try to find.
It should be pretty close though. It should be pretty close.
So I'm looking at for a time is coming. So I'm looking at verse 5. For a time is coming, says the Lord, when I will raise up righteous descendants from the king of David's line. So we know that Jesus comes from David's line. And so I would say that had a little bit to do with Christmas as well, because Jesus will come from that. He will be a king who rules with wisdom, and he will do just what the right. Let me see, hold on. And then his name will be Lord is our righteousness. So I think that's verse 6 have a place in it as well, because not only will he come from the David line and it will be fully man, but he's also fully God. And so the Lord is our righteousness, I think kind of speaks to his divinity a little bit there. Let me see. I know in the story, they go to Egypt. So I want to say it may have something to do with Egypt as well. So in the Christmas story, his parents go to Egypt. They flee. I believe they flee to Egypt because of Herod, if I remember correctly. And so let me read that just to kind of see. He said
he studied quite a bit last night in preparation because he was very worried.
I will admit, I did read the Christmas story, so I know that they went to Egypt. I know that. And so when I saw Egypt, my ears perked up.
Yes. Oh, I hit the wrong. Yeah, so you already hit it. You don't need to keep going. You're okay. Good, the main thing here is what we've got in verses 5 and 6. This idea of the righteous branch of David that rises up and he rules the world with justice and righteousness, right? The other interesting thing with this is that this is also one of the few places where we see, so those of you that have been watching Kingdom on the Road for the past 500 years that we've been in the Old Testament, one of the things that we talk about a lot is the fact that we see the way that God refers to himself throughout the Old Testament as I am the one that brought you up out of Egypt. But now here in Jeremiah, it is like, that is what I did, but this is what I am about to do. And I am going to deliver you again.
Yeah. And
the way he's going to deliver again is twofold, because one, we know that this is going to take place within 70 years of him, 72-ish years of him writing this with Cyrus. But then there's going to be somebody that is even greater coming after from the line of David that is going to establish this permanently. And this is how God is going to be known among the nations. So the good news is, Rico, you're starting off on a hot streak. Okay. We've got a point. We're on the board. We're good. We're 1 for 1. We'll see how we go. Are you feeling okay now that you're into the swing a little bit, or are you like, okay, I got one, but what's the rest going to look like?
A little bit of both. So before we go to the next one, see I was gonna talk about the shepherds, and that's where I thought like, okay, maybe
I know that's part of why I add that part in, because it's more fun. See, this is where I get my enjoyment, is watching you guys that know your stuff and know the story start to second guess what you're reading. And this is part of the reason we're doing this. So for those that don't know why we're doing this, this is not just a entertaining way to get through 12 days until Christmas. The goal of this is to also be somewhat of a Advent devotion style thing, because the reality is most of us have never read Jeremiah 23 within the context of how does this apply to what we're about to celebrate.
Yeah.
But the very first phrase that we read in here is, there is a time that is coming. We're waiting on this, which is the whole point of what Advent actually is.
Yeah.
So as we go through, we'll see how Rico does. He's 1 for 1. Come back tomorrow. We'll see how he does.